Welcome back, boys and some girls. This time I'm actually going to check how the story in Whirlwind Meat has been since launch. I'm going to assume that you know some parts of the story since launch, but honestly it doesn't even matter if you do or you don't know that. There is no something too serious here. This video is going to cover almost all of the quests in the Imperial Palace map, excluding ones that just show you systems, like the cricket fighting or the, what was the other one, like the slap championship thing. Those kind of missions I'm not going to showcase for the very obvious reason that although they can be funny, there's nothing much there. The main theme for the Imperial Palace quest line is gonna be robbery. We somehow get mistaken for a master thief, we get pushed into the castle to help criminals commit a heist. Now this is gonna be the first stop of many throughout this storytelling, where we're gonna stop and we're gonna think, why did our main character never think to say something to the police? To stop the criminal himself? Why would he go with this? Like at some point you're just the criminal yourself. You no longer are pretending or doing something else. You are the criminal. But I digress. You should prepare a bucket of suspended disbelief because there's going to be a lot of moments like this in the story. So if you want to enjoy the story, if you want to laugh together at some parts of the story, then you need that. In classic Whirlwind Meat fashion, every cutscene is going to be chef's kiss. The music going to be amazing, visuals great. This game, I think, might be somewhere in like the top 5 cutscenes in gaming. This is how much I appreciate the visuals this game has and the visuals the game is going for. I think it's really great. Really is one of the best and free to play. So you don't have anything to complain. That said, the writing behind the amazing cutscenes is a different story at all. So let's start at the beginning, which is the Imperial Palace mission. First thing to ask might be, how did this whole questline begin? How do we weave it into the main story? Well, when we're just walking the streets of Kaifeng late at night, the actual thief is gonna drop an item that's gonna make him recognizable to the other thieves. And he does that because he went to pet a cat. Yes, he went to pet a cat and he dropped the item. So we pick up the item, and just like any other good citizen, we don't say, hey dude, you dropped this thing. We just take it and you hold it like this. And then somebody else, who the other thieves are recognizing us, and they say, hey, you're this legendary thief. And we don't say, no, sir, that's not me. We say, yeah, that's me, of course. We follow the guys and we get into the Imperial Palace as a guard, pretending to be a guard. At no point does our main character goes and says, stop, you're committed for a crime, you're gonna pay for it. He does nothing. Nobody calls for any police officers. They're called constables in the game. Nobody does anything like that. We're just like, hey, just close your eyes for a second, okay? So when we get into the Imperial Palace, we have our next surprise, which is weird and interesting. When we talk to the soldiers, because don't forget we are pretending to be an Imperial Guard as well, we discover that the soldiers are actually there and they're being overworked because thieves are trying to go into the castle to steal something. And our character goes Pikachu face, oh, what? How could this happen? Now mind you, the previous cutscene was the other thief telling us, hey, you're going to the Imperial Palace to steal something for like a special vault in the Imperial Palace. So having this cutscene after that cutscene is very weird and disjointed, and the fact that our dude is surprised could be, hey, he's surprised because the guards actually know that somebody's coming to the place. How could they know that? So this would be the point to say, hey, I'm undercover. The guys actually sent me. So I'm supposed to be the thief, so work with me, get me to your captain or something. But no, he's just like, huh, how could they know? Oh well, we're gonna make this video into a Dora the Explorer type of video, okay? So now, together with you can speak Spanish or English, whatever you want. What's the next thing you're gonna do as a proper citizen who's pretending to be a criminal going into the Imperial Palace to steal the gold? Yes? Almost? And yeah, you got it! What we're gonna do is we are going to steal the thing because for some freaking reason we're gonna do the crime. I don't understand why. So we go around and we ask, hey, do you know where this special secret super vault is? And luckily for us, a very handy captain of the guards is the first person we're asking, so we get knocked the fuck out and sent to jail. In jail, we meet our friend. I don't know exactly what his name is, because I forgot, because this game is not really memorable, the names are hard to remember, but he's a lord. He's wearing like purple shirts and weird sticks in his hair, and we met him previously on the main story, I think in the place where they just like jump from the ceiling with strings and shit. Something, I don't remember what the place is called, but we met him with Big Zhao before, and now we meet him again, and now we're in jail. So what this dude says is, hey, I'm either gonna kill you, or I'm not gonna kill you, but you're gonna keep pretending to be the thief and lure out the actual thieves out. So obviously we go and we do the crime, because that's what we plan to do anyway. So we went back to pretending to be a guard. During our guard work, we go out to figure out like a ghost mystery. And during one of those nights where we're going out to solve the mystery, we meet a thief, another one, because the castle is obviously not very well protected with the amount of crazy thieves that are going on. We meet thief, I don't know, for like 2 cutscenes maybe, one cutscene, and then she escapes, like in a second. Now later on we're gonna fight her, and we're gonna defeat her, both in cutscene, and then after that, in a fight, we're gonna fight and defeat her as well. And even though both of those times we defeat her, in the previous moment she just disappears and we don't even know where, because she says like she does the trick, hey look, a bird, so you look over there and she escapes. She does that kind of thing and we believe her. Yeah, we fell for it. I guess it is what it is. It's the same thing that a lot of like, I don't know, story like this do, especially anime and stuff like that. I guess movies technically do that too, where they want to cut corners, because writing a good story is hard, because there's a lot of things to consider at the same time. It's very hard. So you can make shortcuts like this. Hey, how does she escape? Because if she doesn't escape, then we're gonna have to end the story faster. So hey, just make it so she can do that, and that's it. Oh yeah, good job, do that twice. And she does that twice. Now to their credit, the fight scene with the thief lady is freaking phenomenal. As like I said, it's a movie. It's one of the better cutscenes I've seen in gaming, both with the music, the action, the colors, everything just portrayed, the voice acting as well, especially in Chinese. Amazing. It just flows so well. It is such a good thing, and every time I watch this, I'm surprised this shit is actually free to play, because it's such a good thing. The best way I can name this or title this is fast food. This shit is awesome. It's nice when you're in the moment. It's tasty, it's nice to look at, it's fun, it's enjoyable. 10 minutes later you still want another one, because there was nothing to sustain you. There's no sustenance in those cutscenes. It's just pretty colors all over the place. So fast food. So finally we get like the big reveal that the emperor has been doing this whole vault thing because he wants to like save the people or some shit. He's like storing food and gold for wartime, so in case a war breaks out he can like feed the people. That's the implication, at least. Why does he make it in like a huge cavern under the castle and not in a normal warehouse in one of the like, I don't know, warehouses close to the castle? I don't know, but he does it, and he like makes it a secret. If you want your people to know, hey, you're gonna be fine during like a siege. I have food and I have gold on us. We're gonna be fine. We're not gonna die immediately because we don't have any more food, right? You're gonna maybe want to tell that to the people. Then people will appreciate and they will like you more. They will also be fine with higher taxes because they know, hey, all of this is going to something good. It's gonna save us when the war comes. But it doesn't say any of this. It makes me a little bit like my bullshit meter is like tingling. It feels kind of weird. The reason I believe this is going is because I think after every like story chunk they want to do like a twist or something to shake up everything, to like make a big reveal. Did you know that he died because of this? So oh my god, cutscene, oh music, oh, but it doesn't make any sense when you're actually following the story. It seems just fucking stupid if you're trying to actually follow the lore and everything like that. So like I said, once again, fast food. I think it just they want to have like twists That's pretty much it. And no, the story doesn't end here. Yeah, I know. There was so much bullshit going on and pretty colors and things that I forgot that the story didn't end here. We still have to catch whoever is like behind the actual thieving and shit. We don't just need to figure out what this whole thing is, like the vault is. We actually need to figure out, hey, who actually sent us? And when I think about it right now, we still don't know when I finish this. Yeah. Actually, we don't even know who sent us once the story finishes. We know like the general thing, which we're going to talk about at the end, but interesting. Haven't thought about that. That's good to think of. And we also don't know who the lady is, actually, when I think about this. She kind of get arrested. Yeah, I forgot to tell you. She get arrested by the guard captain, and he just tells her, hey, go there, and she does it. I think she's one of the other captain guards or something. I'm not really sure. Like, to this point as I'm recording, I don't know who she is when I think about it. That's I should have wrote that on my notes, but I didn't. In any case, back on track, the Emperor, I think it's the Lord, not actually the Emperor does it, but he makes an event where any thief is welcome into the Imperial Castle if they can go in undetected. If they go in unallowed, they can use disguise or whatever they want. They have to get into the Imperial Palace, it's hard to say for me, Imperial Palace, and try to steal an item in any way they want. If you do, you get the title of Master Thief. Not Master Chief, Master Thief. We are the one chosen to stand guard at this praised item for the event, whatever shit. All the thieves come for us, right? We get a dart, a kunai, I guess, thrown at us with the paper on it that says, use your ears, not your eyes, which is the same sentence that our friend told us, like, I don't know, 5 minutes before that in the cutscene. So we just do that. You press V on your keyboard. If you don't, then the game is not going to progress. I tried to stay there for like 2 minutes, nothing happens. If you press V on your keyboard on PC, you actually do the wind sense thing, and you can start to hear voices. You go into the basement, and then you hear like a kid that's tunneling down. You catch the kid, and oh no, surprise to nobody, somebody up top, who was actually the one who sent the kunai thing, stole the thing, and hey, you got the Master Chief achievement. So yeah, it would have been cool if you could actually stay there and catch both of the thieves. But maybe if you stay there for like, I don't know, 10 minutes, there's games that does that when you stay in somewhere like for like an hour, then the cutscene triggers. I don't have that kind of time. So I just waited for like 2-3 minutes and nothing happened, so I just went. At this point, the Lord of the Castle, and not talking about the Emperor, that's a different person, the guy we know from Big Zhao, our friend, he actually goes and talks to all of the thieves that got in and talks to them for a bit. And then one of those, which is the one that actually was able to steal the item at the start, he tried to kill the Lord. He failed. Then he pulls out a flute and starts playing the flute and cause everybody to, I think, like pass out or go to sleep, and traps everybody inside of this weird world when they're asleep, where you have to fight through it and shit. That kind of thing. And it's also his memories, but your memories and not your memory. It's very weird. It's a very weird thing. But my question is, if it's that powerful and you can use that, why not just do it right from the start, right? Just go to the castle gate, play the flute all the way from the castle gate to the Emperor's room, kill the Emperor, give him a kiss on the cheek, and just walk out. Like, what's making you not do that? This is the thing when I'm saying that there's inconsistencies in the story. There's things that sound simple and sound stupid, but they change the lore in major ways. In major ways. It's just, you have a hole and oh fuck, how do you make it so he can escape if everybody around him is super strong? Just give him something that can make everybody fall asleep. But wait, how does he go in but not go out? Nobody's gonna read that anyway. They're just gonna say get good and deflect. Nobody's gonna see the story. This is what I'm talking about. I don't like this. This is the kind of thing that I wish would be improved, because like I said, your cutscenes are already freaking amazing. It's top of the industry S tier. Just try a little bit more on the story and the lore. Like, there's a couple of things that I could have seen that would have been more interesting to see than that, and we unfortunately didn't see them. So now we're inside the dream world, right? And yeah, it's not over yet. Inside of this dream world, which is a little bit weird and everything like that, it's like a mix of the assassin world and your world. It's very strange, and the story becomes very confusing at this point. It's really not clear what's going on. We meet the Emperor for some reason. I just don't understand what's going on. Anyway, at this point, Big Zhao turns into a tiger. Why? I don't know. I mean, I kind of know, just for this, like a sequence that's going to happen very soon, where you have to use Big Zhao as a playable character, as a tiger, to squeeze into tiny holes, which, even if you're a human, you can do that, but the game doesn't let you do that. You have to rely on Big Zhao to go under small things, and then navigate his way to bring down a ladder for you, the human. Stupid, but again, it's a short thing, so I don't really mind that much. As you go through this place, you see more and more cutscenes from the assassin's perspective, and you figure out, hey, who he is. Why did he become the way he is? And to be fair, I have to give them the credit. I did not expect the story to be a little bit deeper here, and they did make it a little bit deeper. Apparently, this assassin had a general that he really liked, which I think it's his father. I'm not 100% certain. The story was a little bit weird about it, but I think it's supposed to be his dad, from what I understand. The general had been punished by the Emperor. I don't know why, really. I'll explain in a second, but I'm not buying it. It's a little bullshitty. Basically, it got punished by the Emperor after he fought in a big war and he paid for other things, blah 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 blah. He worked very hard and then he got punished for it by the Emperor. And this guy is apparently very angry at this, and I can understand why. Even if you don't like the person, you see somebody worked very, very hard and they get punished for working very hard, it can be annoying. I can understand that. Would I kill the person who did that? Probably not, depending on the punishment, obviously. But I can understand why the guy did that. Editor Upgob here. The Emperor says that the reason he did what he did was actually to give an equal chance for weak people to have, well, chances to get promoted as strong people, because strong people were too much in the Jingahu, whatever they say, this like martial world, and in the Imperial Palace in general. So he wanted to give weaker people the chance to progress in that world. I don't understand how this works out, but this is kind of what he said. I just didn't think that the game would actually try something that's a little bit deeper, so it surprised me, and I have to say, I have to give them their credit, because hey, it was actually interesting and nice to see that there was something a little bit deeper other than bad guy being bad for the sake of being bad. So it's nice. Now, if you want to know the lore and how we did it, basically the assassin guy spread rumors about the vault existing. I guess he knew that from the general himself. So other thieves would try to get into the Imperial Palace in order to steal things, and then during this chaos of thieves going in and going out, he would go in and kill the Emperor. That's what his plan was. I think it was a good, decent plan. I think it was could have been a nicer reveal, because like I said previously, the working up to this point was a little bit stupid, with stupid cutscenes and ways that could have been introduced into the lore a little bit better. But it is what it is, gotta give them credit when their credit is due. But yeah, that's pretty much it about this part. There's a tiny nitpick that I do want to tell you about. When you get to one of the sequences where the tower kind of flips, you get to a point where the tower is upside down. It's complicated to explain, but just bear with me. The tower is upside down, but you climb downwards, so you climb upward. I know it's a bit confusing, okay? So you climb downwards, there's like a little white pool at the end of it, and you're supposed to jump into it. So you climb for like 5 minutes, you descend into there, and then you jump into the pool from down below. My question is, why not just jump into the pool all the way from up there? Like where you have been? Why wait, jump down, and then jump into the thing? It seems a little bit stupid to me if you're already gonna jump in anyway, right? But again, it's a nitpick. Just it's something I saw and I had to mention. Now, when you get into the white pool thing, you get transported to another place where the difficulty jumps a little bit, not because it's hard, but because enemies have a lot more HP now. So you have to wear them down slowly. And because somebody like me who hasn't played for a long time, you're probably gonna die here, because the difference in HP is pretty crazy. Then when you respawn, you're going to be out of bounds. It's kind of out of bounds. It's the next cutscene place. That's what's happening. The game spawns you in the next place, so you have to log out of the game and log back in, live the quest and come back in, and then the game will transport you to the correct place. It's a little bit annoying that every time you die, I tested it like 2 or 3 times, It's a little bit annoying that you're gonna be every single time out of bounds. You have to log out of the game, come back in. It's annoying, but hey, hopefully they fix it soon. I guess if I'm already talking about this kind of, I don't know, buggy technical thing, I might as well mention the QTEs, or the on rails section. The game has quite a few of these during this Imperial Palace mission thing, where you jump on roofs, you do things, and the game tells you, hey, press space, you know, QTE moments. And this is pretty terrible in this game. It's like, it's success, okay? It's success, it's bad. Because the controls and the camera, it switched so fast between everything is allowed to nothing is allowed to only one thing is allowed, and it's so jarring. Like, can I move down? No. Can I use the mouse now? Yes. No, now you can't. No, no, yes, no, no, yeah, no, no, no. The camera, when you can't even control things, you press a button, the camera like move like a, you know, like a robot, like boom, immediately to the right, boom, immediately up, boom, immediately down. It's very awkward, and it feels very weird, and it makes you a little bit nauseous even at times. And I just don't understand it, because you work so freaking hard to make a cool looking scene. It's not a cutscene, but it's a cool looking sequence. Why just work a little bit harder to make the thing look smooth and stable? It just looks so awkward and cringy and weird. Sometimes the character just T-poses and stops. I don't know, just why? To me, it actually felt like it was just a bad cutscene between two good cutscenes. That's what it felt like to me. Chronologically, now is the time you meet the Emperor, and when I say meet, I don't mean meet like, hey, I'm me and you're you. I don't mean like that. We see him, we don't even see him, we listen to him behind the wall, talking to somebody else. And apparently the guy is called Zhao something, and our friend is also called Zhao. And he also looks like our friend. Is he like a brother, a body double? Is he the same person? Like, what's going on here? It seems a little bit too much of a coincidence, and nobody really talks about this ever. We do get like a little bit of another implication later on, but it's really not confirmed. But it's still very interesting to see, like, hey, what's going on here? Like, this guy is special. But this opened the door into a complaint I have, which is a lot of the characters seem very similar, and it's very confusing to understand who is who at times. With the confusing name, it makes the things even harder. Sometimes I just don't know who are you? Wait, did we meet you now? Did we speak to you? What's your role in the story? Sometimes it's a little bit more confusing, and I just wish things would be more straight and more open, more transparent, so we can understand what the fuck is going on in this already confusing story. Now comes the final boss for this quest line. Pretty cool looking cutscene introduction into the boss, like it's a WWE thing. He's standing there on a stage, looking cool, flames, dragons, shit, gold, big spear thing, and he just stand there looking scary as shit. And then the music comes in and everything. Boom, introduction to this cool ass boss. And then you fight the boss and it's just a parry fest. That's it. It's really boring. I really didn't enjoy this thing. Now, I am not a big fan, dare I say, I dislike and even hate Souls-like combat and this type of die, learn, repeat cycle thing that a lot of these games have. I just don't have the time for this, and I just don't like this thing. But since it was a final boss, I just put down the thing. I put YouTube on the other screen and I just finished the boss. It was, again, cool, but Once we finish the boss, we actually sit there on the roof with Big Zhao and another dude who I don't know who he is. We sit there, we drink terrible alcohol, we watch the moon, and we just enjoy ourselves. And then we have a little bit of a fight with the other dude, and we beat him, but it's a cutscene, so we don't need to work hard for this. The game does it all for us, but it's just amazing. Looks great. I don't know what else to say. Like I said, when wins meet, top of the game. S tier cutscenes all the time, all the freaking time. S tier cutscenes. Gotta always give them the credit when it's due. Now we're gonna move on to the side quest. They're still gonna be named in the bar below if you wanna jump to a specific thing. I don't know the names of them, but I'm gonna name them by what they basically are, okay? So this is gonna be a little bit shorter for each one. I'm not gonna explain as much, but we're still gonna talk about the funny, stupid, and how the quest goes. Great. We're gonna start with the Grand Nuo Ritual. This is another quest with amazing cutscenes, great music. However, there's one point, I don't remember many points, but there's one point where we dance and the music is like epic music when you see like mountain shots and things like that and huge bosses. And what we do is basically like a tribal dance in the night with torches and shit like that. I would have loved the music to change to be more tribal festival music, because the epic music just didn't fit here. It felt like one of these montages you see for like mountain shot, and you see the oceans and you see shit like that, like a National Geographic and things. It seems more something like that than what it felt like for the game, but it's just a small thing. Visually it looked amazing. This Nuo ritual is supposed to be like a thing that helps ghosts or dead people to get to the afterlife. There's like a priestess for it, there's a whole ritual for it with dances, and important people attend this thing, and it's like a serious thing. We help treat the priestess, and then she says, hey, would you like to switch with me and you do the ritual instead of me? And we're like, what? But we don't know how to dance. And she says, don't worry, no, you're gonna be fine. I'm not gonna make you dance. The next cutscene is us dancing on a stage. Now, I'm once again confused. Like, is this about translation? Like, did she say, I love to dance or something? And she said, don't worry, I'm gonna make you dance a lot. I don't know which one of the two it is. Like, did somebody just not read the story, or what's going on here? Because the guy said, I don't want to dance. And she said, don't worry, I'm not gonna make you do that. And he then dances multiple times. After dancing for multiple times on the stage, the ghosts go their way and everybody's fine, and they go on to the next world and everybody's happy. We do this recap that you do at the end of every quest, where we talk to the priestess and we explain, hey, what's going on, what happened throughout this whole quest, blah 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 blah. When we talk to the lady, she says that the whole ritual thing was actually just to make people feel nice. So I don't know, the characters weren't really surprised, but I was surprised. What do you mean it was just to make people feel good? You said how it's supposed to make ghosts go to the afterlife and shit and things like that. And she says, yeah, don't worry, ghosts are not real. What? What do you mean ghosts are not real? Yeah, she says that, and I'm confused. Like, is this important or is this not? Did you try to recruit us to making this thing important, but then you don't? I don't know. I laughed when I was watching this, because she literally says, yeah, ghosts are not real. It's just to make people feel nice. This was a very strange quest, but it looks visually pleasing, visually very nice with nice music. So I had not much to complain, because there wasn't much to do in this one, just look. The next quest I actually called in my notes Trampling Elephant. It's a side quest, and I'm gonna just introduce you to this quest the way I got introduced to the quest, so enjoy. So this dude is actually making elephant noises in order to try to learn elephant, and then talk to a elephant outside that is rampaging and destroying fields. It's weird, but it's funny, so why not do that? The bottom line for this quest is how like government officials actually work hard for you, and everybody in the government loves you and just want what's best for you. There's a few bad apples, but everybody's just good and great. Which, if you ever worked with any kind of government, which, I don't know, you went to the DMV, you went to do something bureaucratic related to the government, you know how slow, how terrible they are at the work, and how like annoying the people there are. I just hate this thing so much that they're now trying, oh, everybody's just so amazing, and they just, you know, they just love the people so freaking much. They just want to do for the people. It's just like, there's a few bad apples that are not good. And I think it's bullshit, and it's a little bit ironic. And I think that maybe the only thing that it's not like that is because in ancient China, if the emperor was good and wanted to the workers, the government officials to do good, then he would make them work good. And if they didn't, he would kill them. So that's the only thing that I can think that, hey, they genuinely want to do good. Not because they want, but because the emperor is going to kill them if they don't. That's the only thing that comes to my mind. But I just love the irony of this, like, hey, we work for you. We love you, the people. The details of this quest was actually pretty much just go from A to B to learn things all the way that you get to the end, and then you do the action. But in the middle, there's like a little bit of go to A, go to B, go to B, go to A, go to B, go to B, blah, blah, blah. A little bit of filler where you just go between A to B multiple times. It's a little bit annoying, but it's because it's so short, I just didn't care for it. I just skip, because it's like a bullshit things. You just talk to a person and you move on, that's it. Sometime during the quest, we went from wanting to make the elephant, like do into a legendary elephant in order to make the soldier want to take care of the problem, right? Because they took care of other problems who were like, oh, there's this unique thing that's over there, let's go take care of that. Then we wanted to make the elephant also unique, so the soldiers would be like, oh no, look, there's something over there, let's go take care of that. So we went to do that, and then somehow it turns into like outing like the minister of like commerce, or whatever it's called in the game. I don't exactly remember. I think it's called the admin of revenue. We go and we out him as the bad guy, that he just wants to climb the political ladder. I just don't understand how we get there. I think like I missed a cutscene or something, even though I watched all the cutscenes. I just... Did I miss something? And this is how the quest ends. We took care of the elephant somehow. This quest was actually funny. I don't know. It's weird. It's quirky. It's funny. It's interesting. And it ended it wasn't very long, so it ended pretty quickly. But it's fine. It didn't overstay. The next quest I want to talk about is the way when you're acting in a play. It's cool because you're actually playing inside of a book, so you're playing in 2D, and you're still keeping like the same thing where you can parry, you can attack and things like that, but now you're on a book, so you're in 2D. So I don't know, I think it was pretty fucking cool. Now you tell like a story, you tell like 3 stories of a way like a maid and a hero escape from the castle. It's nice because at time they spawn in like items that the character needs in order to fix like a hole they made in the plot. And to me it was ironic and funny, because I don't know if they intended to make like a self-humor where they know that the story is bad, so they made like a small story where they're calling out like plot holes and then covering the plot holes with bullshit things that they come up on the moment. I don't know if like intentional, or did they just apply the same like story writing to this story. In any case, it was funny to me. It was very ironic. I really liked how, I hope the game is calling itself out on the other like plot hole things that they do, and it actually made me more complete, that they know they're making like a stupid thing, and they just, for reasons unknown to man, they do, but they are aware of it. They're not that stupid. Now it's going to be a little bit less funny and stupid. It's just going to be more of a telling of a quest now, so sit straight now, okay? No more smiling. We're not allowed to smile anymore. This is supposed to be a little bit sad, more heavier, okay? When we go through the castle, a scared maid actually asks us to protect her from a Bane cat. I just don't know what a Bane cat is, but she's asking us to help her patrol at night and protect her from this Bane cat. Again, don't know what the frick is a Bane cat. There's a whole cutscenes and story, which I'm not going to tell you, but long story short, basically, she and a couple of other maids wanted to run away from the castle, because we were thinking that the army is going to come from the north and it's going to attack the castle and everybody's going to die being sold into slaves, blah 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 blah. So what they did, they stole some gold and they tried to escape. They got caught by the guards, and the maid that we actually are talking to, the main one, she actually talked to the guards and said, okay, I'm gonna tell you where the gold is, just let everybody go. And the guard said, oh, the guard said that she only wanted herself to escape. So there was like a fight between the maids. The guards killed all the maids and left her alive. She got like PTSD from this shit, so she doesn't remember who she is, and it took her like a second to remember who she is. She has like double personality inside of her, which is freaking weird. But what I wanted to say in this is the story later reveals that they are 13-year-old maids who have to think about this whole thing. So yeah, I mean, kids are stupid, so they do stupid things. But killing them over it, I don't know. I think it's a little bit too much, but I guess that's ancient China for you. Now, to lift up our spirit after a sad story about a 13-year-old dying, yay! We're talking about the Cat Emperor boss fight. This one is very brief, very short, but it's actually freaking funny. You go through the palace and some fisherman stops you and says, "Hey, I need to pee, like badly. Can you watch over my fishing rod for a moment? I'll be right back. I'm gonna pee and I'll be right back." Cut to 3 hours later. So my first thing is, where did this guy go to pee? Did he go on another planet? Did he ask Elon Musk to take him to the moon to pee over there? Like, how long does it take you to pee, dude? But fight-wise, the actual fight was actually pretty fun. And it wasn't really crazy. I'm not a big fan on this thing, but the skills in Warren's Meet are just so much fun that I did have an enjoyable time with this. But yeah, just wanted to talk about the 3 hours pee for, to lift up our mood after this side story about like the kids and shit like that. But yeah, that's the story of Warren's Beat Imperial Palace. Most of the quest, I'm sure I missed one of two small things that I just didn't mention here because I didn't think they were interesting. There wasn't really much to talk about. But yeah, so the thing that's the overall theme here is actually stupid stories and funny. That's what I got from this thing, from all of the quests. It's stupid, there's full of plot holes, it looks freaking amazing, but it's stupid. So yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, thank you. If you didn't, let me know so I can improve. Besides, keep safe and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.